Welcome back. Yes, that's right. We're back for Ace Attorney 2. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. And, well, okay, first the intro.
The Lost Turnabout.
Subtle.
Yeah.
How did I get into this mess?
Oh boy, I love this opening.
That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Jesus.
What? What have I done wrong? I swore.
I cannot allow you to go on like this.
But
why?
I'm just a simple defense attorney. I swore I'd never do a Castlevania crossover.
Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title.
And Phoenix died. That was a short game.
What a nightmare.
Fun fact, actually, originally it was supposed to be a demon from Devil May Cry to show up because Shu Takumi was a fan of the
Do you
series
know
at the time.
which one, or we just stayed vague?
I think they stated, but I don't remember the specifics. What a nightmare. I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Although,
Yeah,
this
that's
rest
right, I
has
was a professional.
revitalized me, so I should be sitting
Look, you need to
pretty.
get a cup of tea.
Wait, huh? Looks like they hung up. That's you, Pedro.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Good. I finally found it.
Gee, I wonder who the bad guy is.
Talk about a close call. I handed this to you, but it's nothing personal, Mr. Attorney.
Well, Dreams, it's using the same logic behind case 1 of the first game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Minutes later, district court, defendant
It's a shame we lost the original audios of these parts because the performance as this guy was one of my most applauded ever.
Well, now you'll get to do it again, hopefully better than ever. Oh yeah, I should probably mention now, audience, this is gonna be a bit of a hybrid commentary. See, a few months ago, something or someone messed with our account, and, well, a lot of parts were lost. In fact, we had to completely redo our first Ace Attorney run, and with this one, well, because there's so much memorable stuff that is so dang good on the first try, not to mention some first reactions which cannot be replicated, it's gonna be a mixture of new and upscaled with some of the old parts.
Anna screwing with the timeline.
Yeah.
Basically,
Well,
though, try and see
whatever.
if you can guess which ones are newer or which ones are older. And for now, but no matter what, though, it should still not ruin the ride. Okay, Shiroi,
Hopefully.
this is you.
Anyway, so this is
Yep.
all right. So this is our first defendant.
Sorry, but can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head.
Oh,
Sort of
she's
hurts.
cheerful. Shiroi, try to imitate Lacey Green. Go ahead.
Roger that.
That'll do. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Wait. Phoenix doesn't remember, and yet he knows he's a defense attorney.
Well, Dreams, it's called
Objection.
memory.
Am I in trouble or something?
I don't
That's
know.
right. They gave him amnesia.
Huh? Trouble?
Hi, babes.
Wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I'd done something wrong.
What are you talking about?
I'm not quite sure.
I'm the one in trouble.
All right.
Yeah, I'm in this game.
What?
I'm just a tutorial defendant. I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Life in my hands?
He's doomed.
Yes. You promised me. You said you would prove that I was not guilty.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Not guilty? Don't you
Hey,
mean,
someone get the man some coffee.
uh,
Just when I thought all hope was lost, when all other lawyers had laughed me out.
Laughed me out.
That phase. Leave it to me, you said. You, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day.
Phoenix Wright.
Dun, 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 dun.
And just like that, I was moved to tears, sir.
So yeah, that's Phoenix's double identity. He's actually a superhero, the super defense attorney.
Super attorney. Super right.
I'll never forget what you're doing for me, ever.
Well, good, because Phoenix certainly has a hard time remembering.
Yeah. Wait, what is this girl babbling about?
Okay, Phoenix, you are a chef. Now get back to your office.
Wait, a chef? Wait, a chef? When did this? Is this directed by Jon Favreau?
Yeah, yeah. Jon Favreau is secretly the director.
Well, in the beginning of a crossover, doesn't he work in like a bakery or something?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He loses his memory there too.
Yeah. But Leighton doesn't.
So Phoenix is basically Shadow.
Oh, you'll see, Shiro, you'll see.
What's wrong? You've been acting really strange and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir.
I have no idea who I even am. For all I know, I could be some guy named Ryunosuke Richi. Or Naruhodo or something. Ugh.
Or Apollo.
Maybe. Now, this might sound bad, but who are you?
What?
Yeah, what?
Excuse you? Mr. Wright, how can you say that?
Alright.
How can you say that?
How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial?
How could you do this to me?
Hashtag feels. You're absolutely horrible.
No, I mean,
absolutely
I
disgusting.
didn't mean it like that.
You betrayed
You're a
me.
disgrace. Is this how a defense attorney treats his client, sir? I can't believe this.
No, it's just, well, I think you are the wrong person.
Yes?
I think I'm Naruhodo Ryuchi? Who am I? Why am I drawing a blank?
Actually, that's not blank. That's black.
A black.
Oh, well.
Blank
Trial
black. It's
begin.
all darkness in my head.
The trial will begin shortly. Will you two get in here?
Go
Yeah, what the-
over
what the-
here.
Yes,
What
sir.
What the bailiff said.
The trial's about to start. I'm counting on you in there, okay?
Hurry up!
Cut you, okay?
Also, her head is about the half of the size
I
of her
must have
head.
amnesia. Let's see.
Convenient.
What can I piece together?
Hey, Pedro.
Mm.
At least he's not even an edgy outfit.
I will give him this. When I first played it, I actually kind of liked the idea of, like, well, okay. In hindsight, this Turnabout is not the best written, but giving amnesia to a character is, and especially for the time it was released over in America, was a rather unique way of, justifying a tutorial. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but like to me it was like tutorial for the sake of having one.
Yeah.
That's where it
A bit
kind
of
of
a
falls
cop-out.
short. I mean, would you believe some people actually call this Turnabout the worst whatever?
Not
The
really,
what's
that-
about to come, no.
Turnabout big top exists, people. What are you
I
talking
wonder why
about?
this one's considered the worst. Is it just because of the amnesia?
Eh,
Don't get me wrong,
For
don't
the
get me wrong,
trial, Maggie Bird.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not exactly a fan of this case either, but I'll take this over over Serenade and Big Top any day.
Hey,
I don't-
Pedro, maybe Big Top is
Oh, wait, I
much
love
like,
this part.
What
Oh.
is it, Mr. Wright?
are you talking to me?
Are you talking to me? I see nobody else here.
Do you
So
see
you
any
must
other
be
defense
talking.
attorneys here?
There
No,
are
I'm
no defense
talking to
attorneys
the
here,
wall.
so
You
you must be talking to me.
I guess not.
By the way, Dwebs, have you seen the WrestleMania 21's parody of Taxi Driver?
Oh, wait, I
no,
love
I
this
haven't
part
yet.
too.
You should see, it's hilarious.
Now then, are you ready?
If you say no, what happened?
We'll find out.
What if I said no? Would that be alright?
No.
Of course it wouldn't.
Then why bother asking to begin with?
Rhetorical.
Social commentary on games that don't give you a choice. Clever.
David
Actually,
Cage.
see, Your Honor, my memory is,
The court will not hear the defense's excuses.
Anyway,
There are
Pedro,
no excuses.
Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny.
yeah.
Therefore,
Maybe
we
Big
must
Top
make this
is
trial
like-
fair but swift. Mostly swift. I believe I have told you this before. I hope you're not telling me you've forgotten.
Maybe.
Actually, I did.
Do you want me to bang on your head with the gavel?
No, I don't think that'll help. Let's see. Well, might as well accumulate myself with the court record, as per usual.
Winston Payne lacks presence.
Maybe this
Doesn't
does
mean
look like
points.
Family Guy. If you whack him in the head,
So,
he will get
wait.
his memory back.
Winston Payne's like me? Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh boy.
As I'm sure you're all aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer, most unorthodox habit
A policeman? You did what to a policeman?
It wasn't me. And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that.
So you weren't lovers like that. So what kind of lovers were you exactly? Because I wasn't aware there were different types. I
The
guess.
prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant.
Because I did so well last time.
Shut up.
Very well. Oh, Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. And there's one thing I do like about this game.
Yes.
I get most of my character here.
It's
Yay!
been a while, Mr. Wright.
Oh God.
Let's see what you learned since the last time.
Nothing.
I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie.
Oh my God, this guy is so intimidating.
No mercy.
Okay, and who are you again?
Oh.
Honestly, I think he'd forget about Winston
Please
Payne.
bring Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand.
Honestly, I think he'd forget about Winston Payne even if he didn't have amnesia.
Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright.
Nowhere to hide. I'm
Watch
so
as he lets you down.
dead.
Oh boy. There's Gumshoe.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
But Gumshoe didn't witness anything.
My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at Precinct, sir. Once in a while.
You don't look very well, Detective.
Well, sir, the defendant, she works under me, so, you know.
He must feel sorry for her. You work under him?
Yes, sir. And while I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir.
So you're kind of like his
okay.
prodigy.
Did she go to the Full Metal Jacket School of Police Training?
Maybe.
I guess so.
He's such a wonderful guy, sir. I'll never forget what he's done for me.
Sir.
Okay, calm down. I believe you.
You didn't say sir at the end of that last sentence, you're fired.
Detective Gumshoe.
Well, at
please
least
describe
somebody's
for us
unconditionally
the tale of
nice
this
to Gumshoe.
murder.
Mm.
Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters, Expose Park, of course.
Oh.
Was that a nudist?
The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince. Oh, that's so uncomfortable. He was pushed down from the benches of the upper pub, sir. Landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck.
Ow.
The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday. No updating.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ah, yes. This autopsy report, correct?
Why do I not remember getting a copy?
Phoenix, you're wearing the wrong tie. You're supposed to wear it multicolored. I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented.
Unusually.
Wow.
The victim's watch stopped from the impact of a landing, sir.
That should be a red flag.
Results of the autopsy confirmed the time of death.
Time of death confirmed for Smash.
I may, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to submit this photograph. See? Even the prosecution presented evidence.
Very well. The court accepts it into evidence.
Marvelous. We are getting better ever since we arrested that corrupt chief of police.
Now then, I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing,
Alright.
a very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention.
Was it now?
Come on.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Yes, I guess.
Mr. Wright, is your head on right today? There was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body.
Was there?
Have you lost your mind?
Yes, he has.
He
Kinda.
actually does.
Well,
Yes, he has.
actually, it's just nerves. Give me a second. God dang it.
Yeah.
What?
Say what?
Maggie doesn't buy that.
How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir.
Well, actually, it was
too.
more of an ace.
Wait, are you talking? Wait, you're talking about Phoenix or Shutakumi's writing at times in this game?
Oh!
Zing!
Yeah.
You want some oil?
Don't worry, Wiz. We'll have the third case too for that. For
Probably
now, let's,
shouldn't mention. Yeah, probably should also give on that. A fair warning to those who are new to Justice for All. It's an overall fun game, but, well, okay.
There's
when
a one elephant in the room.
Yeah, that must be addressed.
Basically, here's a tiny bit of backstory. And yes, of course, the glasses were the important piece of evidence.
Sure.
Okay, so, yeah, here's the, thing. The first Ace Attorney game over in Japan was incredibly and insanely popular. And who could blame the population? It was a game that made lawyer battles actually fun and interesting. So, Shutakumi was kind of hoping to have a vacation, so he had a vacation, and then immediately the day he came back, the manager of Capcom at the time, well, let's just say he kind of asked him very, very, very nicely, "Hey, Shu, you think you and your team of 6, or I think it may have been more by the time, but 6 leads at the time could make a game in, say, less than a year?" Because Justice for All literally came out a year after the first Ace Attorney game.
This game came out in 2002. The previous one came out in 2001.
So basically, Shutakumi had to write a plot, well, actually an entire script draft, in 4 or 6 months, with a bit of tidying out in here, and they actually had a lot more stuff planned. Unfortunately, it got rushed to heck, and it shows in a lot of places. Heck, not just the writing, but the music too. Oh yeah, elephant in the room, music changes. Justice for All is considered the weakest of the original trilogy when it comes to soundtrack overall.
This game has a different composer from the.
It does have.
It does have a different
gems,
composer.
It does, however, have its gems, like a certain theme that will become a mainstay that I will not mention until it comes up.
Oh yeah, Justice for All still has awesome music, and it has quite possibly the best Tell the Truth theme, if you ask me. However, it is a lot of bumps in the road. For instance, as you all know, every game has a cornered theme. Well, Justice for All kind of had the misfortune of coming after Ace Attorney's music, with Cornered, Objection 2001, and while Objection 2002 ain't bad, the cornered theme in this game is actually considered the worst cornered theme in the entire series.
It's not exactly very cornery. It's not exactly very dramatic.
I'll sum it up more when we actually get to listening to it. Anywho, but yes. And yeah. Overall, this game is considered good. The second and fourth Turnabouts are considered awesome. In fact, ironically, Farewell My Turnabout is considered by a lot to be the best turnabout in the entire series. The first Turnabout is overall considered good, but it does have quite a few people who like to nit and nag at it. And I'm not saying anything about the third Turnabout because we're gonna have plenty when we get there. Okay.
I have further evidence to present.
Oh, you have more? Wow.
And this evidence is very decisive.
It's not
He's
your
on a
toupee
roll.
by any chance, is it?
It can either be decisive or not. It can't be very decisive.
Very well.
He's playing with
Let's
us.
hear from our witness about this quote-unquote evidence.
My toupee compels you.
I think you're mistaking Pain with Saw Hit.
Yes, right. A sword.
There's something even more incriminating about the glasses under the victim's body, sir.
Indeed.
During his day, the victim was pushed from the bench area. But he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed.
What, it wasn't written in blood this time?
I guess not.
I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, sir.
Okay,
That's
okay,
pretty
Because
neat
of evidence in
handwriting.
the glasses, it's hard to say she's not the culprit.
That's pretty neat handwriting for someone who just snapped their neck.
There's a fun fact about the composer, actually.
Oh?
ahead.
The composer of this game, Naruto Tanaka, his other solo composing effort for Capcom came out the year before. That was Mega Man X6.
Huh.
And I like that soundtrack, actually.
And that's not to say the soundtrack is bad. It's just
Wow,
it's
that's
clearly the
something
weakest.
good I've heard about that game.
Yeah.
Well, like
accept
many
it,
people
Trevor.
consider X6 the last good Mega Man game in
Actually, no,
Mega
it's
Man
actually
X
one of
game.
the worst.
Really?
Dwibs. I'll tell you more about that later, because if we go into the whole Mega Man X...
It's either X6 or X7.
It's
I've
X7
only
that's considered
heard
the worst,
terrible things
Dwibs.
about X6. Only terrible.
Anyway,
Up until
draw more
now,
on
thank
that
you,
later. Anywho, how do you explain his dying message?
It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir.
Illuminati confirmed.
So you're no, you say?
Again, one of my crazy theories about this series is that everything was orchestrated by the judges who were Illuminati.
Get in line,
Right.
Dwibs.
They cross-examined the witness.
Cross-examine?
This is it. I'm counting on you.
Is it too late to have the attorney replaced?
Yes. You yourself said so. Sure, but what am I supposed to do? Dang it!
What?
Yeah, what?
This isn't like you at all.
Okay, is this guy taking the piss out of itself?
Yeah.
Normally,
Apparently.
this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces.
That's a thing the localizers did a lot too.
Well,
Getting
is
their
this the
faces
case
into
3 where
what?
we needed it?
Oh, yeah.
I guess there's no way around it.
They do that too there, but more on
So
that later.
basically, it got to a point where even this woman knows how to
Okay.
how to defend.
I'm going to lend you a hand.
Alright.
The prosecution's witnesses all hide things from the court.
Defend yourself, you see capable. The Phoenix is in no condition.
Wait till they address that.
Which means they lie from time to time.
There you have it, straight from the
Sometime
horse's
out.
mouth. Even the police know that the witnesses are often full of crap. Why?
Yes, that means when
But
somebody
isn't that
doesn't tell the truth,
detective
Phoenix.
your superior?
You
Well,
mean people can
even
just
if they
go
don't
to
mean to lie,
internet and
sometimes
tell
people
lies?
just remember things wrong.
And yes, we are now listening to the Tell the Truth theme, which is awesome.
Yeah, this is one of the themes I quite like.
This is the only theme that I consider superior to its 2001 counterpart.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's bad for us, sir.
True.
I liked the one in Apollo Justice too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's nice.
That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and blah blah blah.
Expose their lies.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. And hurry up. I'm starting to lose my
I
patience.
also kind of like the witness testimony theme from this.
Yeah,
Not as
yeah.
much as the one from the first game, but I do like it.
Yes,
enough.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
Talk about trial by fire. Well, as long as I can expose the lies, we should be alright.
Just
By
don't
the
say-
way, I
don't-
maybe
Phoenix,
am...
Phoenix, not
What?
expose the flies, expose the lies.
By the way, I may be amnesiac, but in regaining my memory, I don't recall cross-examining witnesses with this music. What a change.
Basically, Phoenix, in this, the trilogy had a hard time holding on to one composer. They kept changing every game.
Fortunately, now it's gotten much better with that because Noriyuki
Hold it!
Iwadare is pretty much the series' main guy.
I mean, hell, honestly, I think the first game score. I'm not really a big. Sorry. The third game score. I'm not really big on most of the tracks there, honestly. But I did like his music in the fifth game more.
And what about Ace Attorney Investigations? Did you like
I
that?
haven't heard all of it to make a proper opinion.
Mm-hmm. Investigations, he was a co-composer, but in Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Noriyuki Iwadare was on his own again. Also, fun fact, the composer of this game also handled remaking and upscaling every bit of the music up to DS and for the 3DS quality. So, I'll give him props, he did well there.
Siri?
I really want to see.
your special moves, sir!
What, my side be special? My up be special? My what?
You always look so cool when you present evidence.
Oh,
Does he?
Oh, I get it. So you mean my side smash attack?
Well, to be fair,
Oh,
Shiroi, he
that
still has
is
to.
an
Hang on.
evidence.
Objection!
Who
He
are
shuts
you?
his mouth to people. It's very rude.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, how can you know about your side moves in the fighting game if you've lost your memory?
Because
How do you know he's lost his
I
memory?
foresaw them.
Well, Shiroi,
I love this part.
Okay.
Huh?
I heard that lately you can present not only evidence, but people's profiles as well.
Okay, yeah, here's the thing. You kind of have to press this thing if you want to figure out without figuring out yourself about the profile thing.
Well,
It
to be
sure
fair,
makes things a bit more complicated, so be careful, sir.
well, to be fair, who'd say no the first time around? I mean, it's a new game. There might have been some new things added to it.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
we're going to introduce
absolutely.
also new elements later on.
All right, let's give this a try.
Oh yeah, health meter, by the way. The exclamation marks are gone from this game
Hold
up
it!
until it's a 36. Up until it's a 36.
About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client?
Hmm.
The lenses are for nearsightedness and are almost the same strength as hers.
Almost isn't good enough.
And the frames look kind of like the ones she's wearing her ID, pal.
Did you check for a name tag or something?
What should I do now?
I don't know. You
Hold
tell me.
it!
Check for a name tag or...
Almost and kinda are not good enough in a case like this.
We'll check for fingerprints.
Unfortunately, well, I think they just... Do you have more definitive proof?
By the way, Shiroi, well, Phoenix still looks cooler presenting evidence than Snow does, unlike what Sarah would have us believe.
Is there something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses?
You're fired.
Dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else.
Of course. The dirt and sand did it.
Actually, Twibs,
Convenient.
if anyone's going to get blasted for that, it's the prosecution for not providing the police with the proper evidence to, come up with a better theory.
Something like that. What?
And in one press, he's back to his usual pain,
I
so...
see. So there is no proof.
Wow, that was amazing. I could totally feel it down in my gut.
When you're talking to each other, could you please keep it down?
But... never mind.
Blah, 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 blah.
Peppy.
Well, go
Hold
be
it!
somewhere else.
The culprit's name?
This is a court with no time for happy.
Yeah, I was
I am
surprised too.
awfully peppy for someone who's on trial for murder.
I know happiness.
Oh,
I
Judge.
want to believe it.
Judge, I want you to. I should introduce you to this peppy YouTuber that I know. You would have a blast with her.
What's the name of that of my client?
Blah, 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 blah.
It might not have said
Objection!
spelling the name wrong.
Desk climb?
Da, da, da,
Blah, blah,
da, da.
Phoenix, you're supposed to
Oh,
climb the
Da,
desk.
da. What is it?
Phoenix?
No, not.
What? What's come over me?
I don't know.
Without
common
thinking,
sense.
I just blurted out
Common.
objection,
But, Judge,
and
this
I
is a game.
yelled it at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent.
Is this the game's
What a
trailer
rush! And a new objection theme. Ha!
And he slammed the desk.
Detective Gumshoe!
You're talking to me, pal?
now? Okay, I get the feeling this theme was supposed to be used for something else, but the game was so rushed now that Tanaka might have put it in the wrong place.
Objection! What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright?
This song doesn't sound very dramatic for follow the... What's
You'll
this thing
see.
called usually?
This is a very crucial line of questioning. Dwibs, this is the objection theme. I will give it this. This at least sounds like it could work as an objection theme because it does give you that eureka sense. It's the corner theme that feels way out of place.
Yeah, I agree.
You'll see what I mean when we get to it.
Means Maggie Bry, Barry, whatever.
I think someone needs to check the court record. And they're spell checking.
What? It says right here, but it's Maggie Bird.
It looks like the bird caught the cat napping.
What's going on here?
I have no
Take a seat,
idea
Judge.
either, sir, even though I'm happy.
Again, is this game talking about the court session or the game's writing?
As you can see.
Maybe it's like, it's kind of like of a parody of the usual structure.
However, the defendant's name is actually spelled Maggie.
Okay,
As
sorry
for-
for my really erratic talking here, audience, but I just came off an episode of Code Geass that's extremely fast-paced.
Yep.
How about that? I hadn't even noticed. Objection!
Oh, wow, that was that was like a toad objection.
Maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly. Maybe it was a
Objection!
nickname.
May I remind you that it was you who said the
That's right.
defendant is accused of killing
Yeah,
her
it was
lover.
like that.
Don't worry, I'm not drunk.
Huh. If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to have not known her name.
Again, maybe it was her Tumblr nickname. No!
This is very true. Mr. Payne, or
Do
Payne?
you use Tumblr, Judge?
Yes, Your Honor.
No.
Oh.
N-O. No.
Good man.
I use MySpace.
Now just add on a T and guilty and we're good.
Yep. We're in fact lovers.
Yes, I'm quite certain, Your Honor.
Then...
They were a well-known couple in the police force.
What,
I didn't
not
know.
legendary?
Ugh.
Level 3.
Detective Gumshoe.
What constitutes as a legendary couple?
Please testify for the court the relationship between the victim and the defendant.
Yes, sir.
Groundon and Kyorgi. And Rayquaza is their therapist.
Oh, right, Pokemon.
Basically, Shuri, Groundon and Kyorgi are a strange
You
marital
call yourself a
relationship.
Pokemon fan?
Officer Prince of
I had a bit of a bite
been
fart.
going out for about half an year. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage.
Actually, now that I think about it, it could be like, why would they want to mate? They hate each other.
Yeah, the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir.
Remember, they had a full-scale war over each other.
Okay,
Mostly being
I mean, Officer
guess.
Bird had gotten Officer Prince a present.
Ooh, a present.
It was something she had gotten over 2 months ago. I should know, cause she came to me to ask what she should get for him.
Anyway, to answer your question, Dribs, two people fighting to a point where it could threaten everyone around them. Are you sure that's not a marital relationship in some cases?
Wait,
Nevertheless, tragedy struck.
in terms of Japanese releases, this game came out the same year as Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Go
Yeah.
figure. All right.
Actually, I actually have a question, though.
Yeah?
No, not a more question, but mostly pointing out something. Like, it was a thing not even in the first case of the first game, but you know, we're kind of glossing over the fact that, aside from the fact that that was brutally murdered, we're kind of glossing about the fact that basically a well-established couple which was about to actually get married was pretty much destroyed by death and almost now by jail for
Oh,
any injustice. Like, but since the tone of the game is set in this particular way, especially since this is tutorial, we're kind of glossing over it.
If it's
I
under
mean, it's a bit
consolation,
jarring.
well, there is
Yeah.
kind of a reason for that, but that's explained more near the
Like, for
end.
example, Maggie's surprisingly enthusiastic trying to get her self-defendant.
Hold it!
Anyway,
Marriage? But wasn't the victim 8 years older than her? Okay.
Phoenix,
Besides, how long have they been seeing?
what? You're saying a guy's gonna marry someone the same age as himself, pal?
How long have
I
they
mean,
been dating at this?
I would.
No, that's
Gumshoe
not
is
what I
on.
meant at all.
How long have they been dating at this point?
Detective Gumshoe and Dustin were only a year apart, you know.
Huh, speak of the
Sorry,
devil.
Joe, I forgot. How long were they dating at that point?
I think they said, okay, at least like, several months or about a year or so. Anywho, Tio, to answer your
Mind
question
your
about...
own business, pal.
Anywho, Tio, to answer your question about them addressing the whole marriage thing, Maggie, it was kind of a platonic thing, actually. Maggie, wasn't exactly that much in love with the dude. Sadly.
Yeah. Victim, Officer Prince, had just gotten off duty at 5:30 p.m. that day. Oh my god, this is so... And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit.
Yeah, basically, audience recently,
Oh,
the
this
artist
part, I got
noticed
this part.
I remember when I was young and in love. Oh, it was a jolly time.
That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man, you hypocrite.
Yes, sure. Basically, the artist known as Prince sadly passed away.
By the time we were recording this,
Yeah.
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 You seem to know a lot about the defendant.
Well, that's because I'm her boss, and I gotta watch for my subordinates.
Sure.
But even what she was going to give as a present, isn't that going a bit too far?
Hey, pal, watch what you say. I know everything that happens under me. If someone so much as scratches their...
I really don't need to know that much.
Objection! Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness.
I agree.
We want to know what they were scratching.
Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant,
What?
Yep.
that should not be the point of discussion at this time. And no mentioning the scratching of someone's rear end.
Oh, well, wait a second. Why are we talking about this?
It's amazing what happens during these.
It's all your fault, pal. You're guilty, guilty, guilty. I should have you arrested.
Yes, arrest me, the one lawyer in town who would take your subordinate as a client. I think the good detective is about done here.
But no, we're still going.
Hold it! Well, in that case, over 2 months ago...
Yep,
she's a very considerate woman, pal.
if a bit clumsy.
So, what was this birthday present?
A cake.
Yeah.
A single glove? Why would you only give him one? T.O. dropped.
Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove.
Oh, I see.
Hi, Toad.
Baseball glove.
Hello.
Officer Bliss was a huge baseball fan.
A baseball glove? Just now, I believe you said that the present was something she had gotten over 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Are you saying she went out and bought the glove over 2 months ago?
Nah, nothing like that, pal.
Huh, I'll give dudes credit. When it comes to impersonating us, he's the best.
Yep.
She ordered it. It was custom made.
Custom made? The glove was custom made?
Yeah. Yup, that's what I said. So the glove was custom... You already said that like 60...
Objection! Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to this case.
Yes, it would seem that there is little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant?
Of course it's relevant!
Okay.
Relevant.
I don't know where this will lead me, but... Of course it is relevant! That glove is the key to this whole case!
Is it?
Yes. Blessing to the
Don't
max.
say it out loud, you moron!
Now this is the Mr. Wright I know.
What,
Oh,
like,
get to know him
chicken
better.
steal?
He's kind of stuck.
Before she made that comment, I was gonna say, wow, this is, I joke about it all the time, but this is the one case where Phoenix really well and truly does 100% pull it all out of his ass.
He's the Eddie
Yeah.
Guerrero of Ace
Impressing people.
Attorney. He
I
lies.
feel like I've done this before. As if I used this to squeeze information from even the most tight-lipped people.
Very well.
And soon you'll have a magical artifact that allows you to do that.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
convinced, and let's hear some more about this matter. Actually, I brought the glove with me today.
And...
Why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry up and show the glove to this court! I'll be at T.O. Okay, here we go. Well, I didn't think anything to do with this case. Anyway, it's,
I swear, Dips is doing this on purpose just to steal my role.
Cobwebs, unlike me, You don't have games that Theo needs me to record, so I would be careful with your fingers.
Officer Prince really likes
Yeah.
the color yellow.
Me neither as well. And that's why you had to special order it?
Yep, that's right. That and one other reason.
I think this court has heard enough. Besides, if Drizzt keeps going on with this terrible TOM presence, will be here all day. It is clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Oh yeah, by the way, while you're away...
But that's not what we're trying to figure out here.
By the way, Tia, while you were away, I gave Payne my Toad voice.
Yeah, like, okay.
Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim?
Good
It looks
question.
very neat for somebody who's near
I
death.
see your
doesn't it?
point, Your Honor.
Okay.
However,
Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground. Yes, sir.
Jova, that theme that I was just playing earlier, was that the theme you said was a bit underwhelming for its,
No, that's the objection theme.
We first look into the handwriting, sir.
Although it has a neat Allegro cross-examination, I'll give it that.
Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. We found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There was also scratches on the skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote his name with his right hand.
Huh, that's actually rather descriptive. If only this had been the first cross-examination.
yes, a perfectly logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Basically, Dwibs, we won't hear the corner theme until part 3.
Okay. Writing on the wall up ground.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hold it! His pointer finger? Oh, I got this one.
You know, the one you're always pointing and waving around in people's faces.
didn't your mother ever teach you any manners?
Don't tell me it bothers you, but my mother was the one who told me to point
Every
fingers.
time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal.
Well, hopefully it won't get too crazy, right?
Okay, you examine the victim's index finger, correct?
Yeah, Phoenix, you do it so often, it should be your power move or something.
Yeah. Figure that there should be something on his finger if he had been writing sand.
You know, that's a good idea, Dwibs. I think I'll use that in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
And the results?
Blah, 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 blah.
I don't like sand, it's very coarse.
I really need to figure
Ahem.
out.
I forgot who told that.
It was
Right
right,
here,
Anakin.
Nate.
Anakin.
It was right
Oh.
there.
Objection!
Come on, Pedro, it was right there.
Detective Gumshoe,
Trust me, Dwibs.
take
Can I
a
have
look
the
at this.
You gotta take a look at this.
There we go, what,
cliché.
sorry?
Hold on.
That's the glove,
Important
right?
dialogue.
Could you tell the court what is special about this glove? Okay, this isn't another thing that's actually good about Justice for All.
What's special? I've never really thought about it, but it's really yellow, and that's about it.
It looks like,
Yes,
it looks like a bunch
it's
of
really
bananas.
yellow, but that is only one of its qualities.
Uh-huh.
There's another reason why it's special.
And what would that be?
Because it's all on its own.
It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person. Okay, one thing I do like about Justice for All over the first game is, like, well, it does do the natural thing that a sequel should do, adding in new stuff. And in this one, it actually starts the stuff where you actually have to look at evidence physically in the picture, and they make sure not to make it too tough. That's why it had to be custom made. It's a nice attention to detail and making you have to interact more. I have never seen a bright yellow left-handed glove for sale, have you?
Well, no.
So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again after he snapped his neck and was probably disoriented?
That's easy. Look, it's obvious from this picture it was that. Wait a second.
Oh boy.
Don't forget that the victim was left-handed.
That doesn't mean he can't have
Ah!
that doesn't mean he can't have used his right hand.
Objection! That is, I mean...
But Swift, if he had used his right hand, then the writing would have been a lot more
Overruled.
askew.
Yeah.
Overruled. Mr. Wright, I would like to know what your line of reasoning proves.
There is only one conclusion that can be drawn.
That
A
guy's
left-handed
nabbing
person
the-
could not have written a message with his right hand.
So what, was his right hand paralyzed or something?
Considering how neatly it was written, he'd have to be both-handed.
Actually, never mind. I forgot about this. Yeah.
Order! Order! When you think about it that way, then yes.
Every puzzle has a logical solution.
It is not possible that this thing was written by the victim himself.
That means Maggie's.
Guilty.
No, it's not possible.
Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
The evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent.
Oh, thanks for the
You
help,
say
Payne.
this like it's a bad thing. All right, you did it, Mr. Wright.
Actually, Payne did it, but whatever.
Oof, I feel like I can breathe again.
Payne may have done it, but I still pointed it
It
out.
seems that we have reached the conclusion. Already?
All right.
Yep.
You did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright.
Wow, and I'm amnesiac.
And now his memories come flooding
Me, Your
back.
Honor? Oh, well, thank you, sir.
See? You got complimented by the judge again. You're really good.
Is sure good, huh?
And that's why you can't give up being a lawyer, sir.
Are you joking? I'm more than
we're not
ready to
attacking.
retire. I
We're
can't
not-
see
we're-
myself being a lawyer
the
by that
irony.
later year.
I will now announce my verdict.
We're
This
not
court
attacking.
finds the defendant, Maggie
Objection! No, not yet.
Oh,
Oh, crap.
oh shoot.
I mean, please, give me a few more minutes, Your Honor.
Oh look, the one theme that doesn't change.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne?
The prosecution is not finished yet.
That doesn't
Well,
matter.
excuse
What do you mean? I like to imagine that if the soundtracks were a family,
We'd
the
like to call our next witness to the stand.
There's no.
What?
We've already proven the innocence of whatever.
That's not also the point, Pedro.
And what did this witness...
All the evidence are
witness?
inconclusive and all around the place.
Got
The
that
moment
right.
the victim was pushed to his death. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit.
Remember, Pedro, this is the moment where it felt like someone... honestly, it's a time...
Okay, it's how this universe works.
Okay.
Everybody's guilty till proven innocent.
No, what I was going to say was, at times, even though the game says it was written by Shu Takumi, other times it feels like it wasn't written by him. It feels like they just got some intern to write some bits of points and just put Shu Takumi's name
Oh,
on it.
right. I should probably also mention, this game saw the departure of Alex Smith, who did a bang-up job with the localization of the first game because, well, he was more freelance, and this is where they got, their main go-to localization team. So, if it feels like it's a different
Wait.
writer, yeah. Basically,
Wasn't Ben Judd the guy in charge of?
no, writing. Ben Judd was in charge
okay.
of localization, but Alex Smith was in charge of localizing the writing. This is where Janet Sue makes her debut.
All right.
Okay.
So in the
yeah.
next part, I take the stand.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I'd love to think that, if every soundtrack were a family, the suspense theme is like that old uncle who always comes back to every reunion, despite the changing of generation. Okay,
All right, see you,
then.
everybody.
Yep. See ya.
Yeah.
See it.